grab me just a straight soda water? So I can have one. Thank you.
We're live.
Hey. Hey, we are live. I don't know if there's anyone watching yet, but I know we have.
We're waiting for.
They've been waiting too long.
Huh?
They're already sleeping. They fell asleep.
Oh yeah, it's too late. We started. We might have to just go without him. I don't think anybody. We waited too long, but we must go forward. People will watch on Friday.
Are we hot?
Yeah, we're hot. We're on the live. We're on the YouTube, the internet, and iTunes, whatever you want. We're ready.
All right, let's do it then.
Let's live. We're live. Hey, there's people.
Hey,
Hey,
live
yeah,
in studio
yeah,
audience.
it's actually really live with
real
people. Yeah.
I like the vibe in here.
Yeah, let's get excited. This is a great event.
Got a full bartending staff.
We just wore everyone right out till 11 o'clock. Sorry, everybody. Let's wake up. Anyone got any sort of sniffing
Yeah,
salts?
I could use a sniffing salt right now.
Oh, is that brandy there?
Brandy will wake up.
Oh, maybe we have to have a little snifter of the fancy boys brandy.
We'll have a sip on that later.
The man of elegance.
He's a man of elegance. Oh, I like that better. A man of elegance. Great into cumin, man of elegance.
Put that
I have two smoke machines. Braden DeCumin, I have two smoke machines. I'm a man of elegance. And I couldn't believe it. I was thinking I had to go track Braden down and give him his smoke machine thing, whatever it is. Right. It's some machine from the future that the young people use. I don't know what it is.
The youngins.
And then I'm worried about Braden. And then one time we were supposed to meet and it didn't end up working out. And then I started worrying more. I was like, maybe you need that contraption that's been in my Dutch Hall the whole time. And now he's fallen off the rails or something because he doesn't have his machine thing that the guy ticks on, right? Turns out, man, elegance, two of them. He's got a backup thing.
Backup fogger.
This guy is no slouch, man. He travels the world.
He needs fuel.
It's no slouch, Braden DeCumin. You ever met him? He's no slouch, that Braden DeCumin. He's a man of elegance.
Yep.
And I refuse to accept any less than that. But we have a show to do, people. And we're in Spiky Ball Studios, live from 21 Lansdowne Street in Delhi, Ontario. So let's roll. Hit it, boys. This is the Nocturnal Emissions, the greatest band in Canadian late night history.
Fire
We are.
Hey, Peter.
Is it my time?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
excited.
I'm back. I went on a walkabout, and it's the greatest thing I ever did. I'm really excited about tonight, people. This is a bit of a vision. This is a bit of a dream that came into being. And we are here in Delhi, Ontario, in the bowels of Spiky Ball Studio in the brand new Dutch Hall. You know what?
I like it in here.
How's it feel?
It feels great. And I think I'm getting a little liquored up.
Yayo!
This grandpa's chair is so comfortable. This new setup, we can really stretch our legs. You know, I was really missing the old Dutch Hall till about a minute into this. I love it. Fuck that old shed.
So much room for activities.
Yeah. You know, you guys are playing so great, you Nocturnal Emissions, that I don't even want to get this show started. I'm having such a good time.
Dance party.
But there's people we made stay up late, and there's just some people that wanted us to get on with it.
Gotta do our thing.
But we gotta do our thing. You know what that is?
What's that, Peter?
It's one thing we do that we've done since the very beginning, and it's a little thing we call our theme song.
Okay, we can do that.
Nocturnal Emissions, everybody. Hey, welcome to Live from the Dutch Hall. We are Canada's only late night talk show and the greatest podcast ever to start in a pool shed in Pine Grove, Ontario, and graduate to the belly of the church across from the high school where people used to smoke on our steps.
This place is built for smoking.
Yeah.
We still are smoking on the steps.
They still do. It's a tradition still held up to this day. I know because I pick up their garbage every day and put it in an old Vorlex barrel I painted gold. You know what that's for? Hope for Delhi.
Delhi's colors.
You know what? We are the greatest band in the world. What are we? We are the greatest show in
Late night
Canada.
history.
Late night history. Whatever. We're the best. No, nothing. But because we have the best band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions. Oh, I fucking ruined that.
You're excited.
I'm excited. This week comprised of Dave the Rooster Charters on rhythm and background vocals. Let's hear it for him, everybody. On lead vocals and rhythm guitar, that's the band leader, Michael Bow, everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
That tickling the skins in the corner there, you can see him right there behind his wall. That is the man that makes this sound so good. That's the French tickler, Kev Belanger, everyone. And in his rightful place is the balls of the Nocturnal Emissions. He's right there in the corner. That's Whiskey Wes Hagens, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy in the middle, that is That is the man of elegance. Braden DeCuman. Say no more. He needs no more. And last but not least in the Nocturnal Emissions is what we would call the savior of the Nocturnal Emissions. This is a man that's worked his tail off all day to make this happen. You know? Steve the Reluctant German, everybody!
Yeah.
And behind the bar, behind me, there's a guy directing the show. That's a bartender. You know what? He's got his best. That's another bartender. These are two bartenders. We've stepped it up a notch in season 6.
Oh yeah, we need to.
My brother, Paul Van Dyke, everyone. And beside him, that's Derek the Beaver Van Houten.
No, it's the host of this show. It's your two-time President's Club Award winner. It's Pope Pete Van Dyke, folks. Welcome to season 6.
Now we get it up.
It's Peter time.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to talk. Pete.
He's just so
Hey,
excited.
welcome everybody. I'm very excited. It was that with a lot of dead air right there after you finished.
at
I was
least
enjoying
1
the whole ambiance of the whole setting. It's like it was really fun. You know, when we were in that Dutch hall, seriously, guys, did you guys feel like a little emotion that we would leave it? When you saw it today, Michael, when you came and got some of the posters out of it, what did you think?
I asked you if you're getting sentimental because I was.
Yeah.
I went through my, you know how you got me a nice file folder?
Yeah,
A lot of memories in there.
there is. I did
A lot of funny show names that never came to be.
Yeah, I know.
Some maybe should never be allowed to be even written on paper. It's great fun.
I went through a lot of those too, cleaning up. When you're cleaning up all the stuff and you look at a piece of paper and what's written on it, and we're like, what did we say?
It's just
Like,
like,
holy
balls,
crap.
cock, dick, deep. Like, why is that in big letters on a paper?
One of my favorites we never used was Gary Green's shitty primer.
It's been proven.
I love that show title, and I can't believe we never used it, eh? It's so obscure, but the people that would get it, fucking think that's
That's
funny.
the best, yeah.
Yeah. There's like a small, what is that? That's less than 1%. That is a very small percentage of people. You got to go deep into the tobacco people.
Yeah.
And then who know hockey and know the worst coach ever.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in Delhi. My dad kicked his ass because he was a shitty primer. Eh? It's truth. Can't rewrite history. You know it's true, Paul.
Some
That's
people,
what makes those titles so great, though, is the people who get it like hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it doesn't matter about the other thousands of people that don't.
Yeah, yesterday
fucking-
Charles and I did an impromptu YouTube show. And the reason it was just YouTube shows because of the technology, eh?
It
We
got
left
to
it to
us.
me and Charters, and sorry. And then so we went and did the YouTube show, and we could name we started naming our super fans. I think we named all of our fans. You know what I mean? Like we pretty much, like we
did
could
name
probably
a lot.
almost not. I shouldn't say all of them, but like there's a lot of them that we actually know
Yeah.
that have actually reached out to us over the years.
Yeah,
Because
and people that we've never known before. That's what amazes me. Like, if it wasn't for the Dutch Hall, I would never know any of those people.
yeah. For the first 6 months of our show, at least, the only person that reached out to us was the Haitian dwarf for 6 months. And that's why people thought that he was you, that it was like a guy that, or it was me just
Yeah.
making up a guy.
Right.
Because who would fucking listen to this and write to you, right?
Yeah, week after week, every week.
Right.
Makes no sense.
But he did it. It was a real person.
He's the first real super fan.
Yeah, and we have never found him. But I tell you, he has feedback this week. Haitian dwarf has
Awesome.
feedback this week. Oh, that's twice.
to start season 6.
times.
2 times. 2 times. Paul, you're behind me now. I have to look at you in the monitor. I can't see you. It's an eerie thing. So, like, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you're right there. I can. You're awake, right? I can't tell him from that shot if your eyes
You
are
might be able
even.
to feel me breathing on your neck.
I can kind of. It's really eerie here.
If
gets
Pete falls
really
asleep,
boring.
it's understandable.
Yeah.
Soothing.
It's just Paul's soothing breath into the microphone. That's I actually enjoy snoring. I travel with Charters, eh? Me and Charters. We decided, me and Charters, because we had that show we did last night. We decided that we have a new catchphrase for when we go to Wes's stag. And whenever Wes decides to tell us where his stag's going to be, me and Charters are. What are we going to say?
Unfuckables assemble.
And then me and Charters are ready to go on our trip.
You blow the seashell like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. The Unfuckables assemble. Me and Charters buy plane tickets and go meet
Next day.
some cougars somewhere in the States.
He's coming from the mountaintops. It's like
funny.
Ace and Gary's car that you guys are in together,
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah, no big deal. I don't mind it. Dave said he booked me the middle seat the one time. I'm like, that's okay as long as I'm next to you. Right, Dave? Remember I said that?
Yeah, that is exactly what you said. I took the window.
He takes the window. Who's the other guy on the aisle seat there? He was a big
I never
fella.
met him. I never met him. You tell me.
I tended to lean your way, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I pushed you against that fucking window to get some room.
That flight was very different than the flight on the way there when we were across the aisle from each other.
Yeah, across the aisle from each other. That's the thing. Charters tells a story like I threw a full-size vodka bottle at him across the plane, you know? It's not across the plane. It's those little airplane bottles, and then he's literally like, I can reach over and punch him in the face. He's on the other side of the aisle.
It's a tiny airplane.
It's just a little airplane. The cart can get through. My arm's bigger than the cart.
You were one row ahead.
So I was flicking it. I was flicking a bottle at his face, you know?
Yeah, but it was hitting the other people on the plane.
Yeah. Bounced off your... How would I miss his head? I couldn't believe that. That is a real story. I don't even believe it at all. You know, and the other thing, you said that I was laughing on the way to my death or whatever because of the turbulence.
You totally were. You scared everyone on the plane. They were mortified.
I didn't scare people on the
Joker
plane.
laugh.
It was funny watching Dave's face when he's scared because he's such a pussy, right? That's what I think is funny. Like when Dave looks like he's gonna die and he's all scared. Like if I was gonna die
not
with
scared.
Dave, as long as I can die in a plane going down with Dave and I'm watching him die, the pleasure of me watching him suffer is gonna make me enjoy my own death.
We'll get you through it.
Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
This is why I travel with him. I always want to have one of those guys on the flight.
Just
A
makes
guy that
sense.
you like watching go down, you know? You just bring that guy, and you're like, my cousin's going to do way better. And so will my wife. Right? 'Cause I'm going down too, right?
Yeah.
But at least I'm laughing the way down, yeah? Your nose is quivering. You know, your nostrils are like quivering, and you're crying and trying to use your cell phone on your way down to say goodbye to your family or whatever. And you're like, there's no reception.
Should have bought the Wi-Fi.
Should have bought the Wi-Fi package.
Why did I cheap out on the Wi-Fi package? Oh, man. Yeah, that is the time. You're trying to get the stewardess' attention. You're hitting the button. Can I get the Wi-Fi now?
You got the Visa machine?
As we're going down. Can you just let us all have it when we're going to die? You just
turn
open
it
it
on.
up.
Just leave
It's
the whole
open, yeah.
leave
Yeah.
the whole cart right beside him. So you
On the upside, the Wi-Fi password is open.
Feel free to contact your loved ones. I'd order a pizza.
Just in case.
Yeah. Can you deliver to the sky? No.
Well, we'll be down soon.
yeah.
Okay. Good thing.
We did name a lot of super fans last night.
Yeah. We played this game called Superfan Challenge, where me and Charles would go back and forth and keep naming superfans until one person stumbled. They couldn't think of one, right? Well, he stumbled like right off the hop. Yeah. Oh, you got Manny Fajo, and then he was like, Haitian Dwarf.
You know what? On the drive home, I thought of so many more, though.
I know. I thought of some real big ones that we didn't even say.
Like Jeff Klunder,
Oh, yeah,
washing his
Klunder.
dishes.
No, that's Bill Slayman.
Oh, Bill
Another
Snyder.
one.
Oh, yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many that we forgot about.
Barbie
It's a
Mansion
lot.
Girls we didn't mention.
Yeah, but this is season 6, and we're in a new set, new everything.
Right.
And there's people that have never even met us before. They don't know what this show is about. They just heard the hoopla. No, they didn't. No one did that.
The fan.
But anyways, pretend they did. You got to introduce the show a little bit. This is the greatest band in Canadian late night history, the Nocturnal Emissions. Let's hear it from everybody.
No doubt.
Yeah, no, every week we get together and we do a show called Live from the Dutch Hall, and this has been an evolution where the band has grown to what we see here today, but it also is bigger than even this because we've had many characters in and out of our band over the years who have some of us have been here on a fill-in basis, sometimes a part-time basis, and look what they happen. They grow up into actual nocturnal emissions.
Beautiful, like a butterfly.
Braden McCummon graduated into a real nocturnal admission over there in the corner.
Yeah, he did.
Right on the Barbie Mansion poster.
I feel like a real man now.
Yeah.
Finally made it.
Not only is he a man, but he's also a man of sophistication and elegance,
Luxury.
which I really like.
No question there.
The reason is because he's the only person in the nocturnal admissions ever who just decided to go straight brandy all night long.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Hardcore, no big deal. And he's just going to be, he's sniffing it. Did you see him sniffing it?
Yeah, he gets a
Swishes
nice smell,
it?
swishes around. You know what he likes? An aged brandy.
Yeah?
Yeah, 50 to 60 years old.
This is a very aged
That
brandy.
20-year-old stuff can go fuck itself.
Yeah. What he really likes is if someone's lost it in a warehouse and it's like, yeah. Somehow they're saying no one could ever drink this. I'm pretty sure the seal's broken. Braden says, I'm going to drink that shit anyways because what do I got to lose, right?
Absolutely.
What is it, Napoleon brandy? Have you acquired
Yes.
a taste for it?
No, it's god awful.
Yeah. It is a real smell and taste of my childhood. Like, Napoleon brandy was probably one of the first hooches I would have got because it's like a cooking brandy, I think, eh? It's
really?
what winos would drink, I think. Let's look it up on the phone. Jane, can you look up Napoleon brandy? Give us some facts on it, please.
We need facts.
Just you can put it on your phone and just hand it to me. But I'm very curious about Napoleon brandy. What if it's real fancy? He found this bottle of brandy. You found it, right?
My grandpa gave it to me. He cleared out his liquor cabinet because he doesn't drink, but he has
Oh,
old liquor from 50 years ago.
He just had this. Yeah, so it's really old liquor from his grandpa.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the best. You had an old bottle of whiskey, right?
Yeah, it was from 1968.
And was it opened?
Yes.
And it was still good.
Yeah, it still tasted like whiskey.
See, whiskey.
Elegance.
He told me that whiskey doesn't get all gross. Me and Jane made wedding wine for our wedding, and we had it like labeled afterwards, the leftover stuff. We're gonna drink this one on year 1, this one on year 2, this one on year 5, or whatever, Year 20, we'll drink this one, store it, And then year 2, year 1 was like, it's okay. Year 2, it was like, this is fucking vinegar. And then year 3 is like, oh my God, I'm gonna barf.
Put it on your fries.
Yeah, no, you throw it in the garbage. You just bash it against the dumpster in the old alley.
That's just what you do.
You throw it at a raccoon, no big deal.
Freaking
It's your dumpster, not his.
What? What?
It's not the raccoon's dumpster.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Get a bottle in the head.
Hey, were you on that trip where that guy threw the bottle at the raccoon's head?
No, but I've heard the story.
Oh, you heard the story? Have I told it on this
Yeah.
show? Hey, I want to tell a story. Before we get into feedback, we got feedback. I want to tell a story about a gig I did in Sarnia. Who was I telling this to before? I know it doesn't matter. I did this gig in Sarnia, and I was driving home on the 402. So it's like a 4-lane highway, right? So you're driving home on this 4-lane highway, and I noticed that there's a car like in the middle of the highway, so not in either lane, but in the middle. And as I got closer to it, I realized that there's a bunch of shit everywhere on the road. Like not shit, but debris.
Yeah.
Debris?
Debris?
Louis Debris?
Louis Debris. All over the place. So then I realized, oh, that car's all wrecked. It's like an accident, And then I realized that somebody had demolished their car and hit a deer, because you could see a huge deer. It was like a big buck, like antlers and the whole thing. I think, it was like a big, huge
Okay,
buck.
yeah.
And she nailed it, right? And she's wandering on the road, right? So I pull over, because she's kind of like out of sorts, right? She just hit the thing. So then I get her off the road. As she turns out she's from the States. Like, have you called the ambulance, the police, And she goes, I'm not from this country. I don't even know about it. I said to my boyfriend, if I'm going to come to this country, I better not hit a fucking deer, Because if I hit I was on the phone with him saying if I hit a fucking deer, I'm going to be so mad at him. And then I hit the fucking deer, right? That's what she's saying to me. And then I'm like, well, you can just picture her, just gunning it right in this deer, because it was big. And it wrecked her car, and he was so dead. He was very dead, that deer. So then we went. So the girl's really funny to me, and so I go, you call 911. She goes, oh yeah, just like home,
It's funny. Canadians even do that.
She's literally probably 30 minutes from her house.
Yeah.
you know. But she's in a foreign land.
Apparently, there's a new program here. Yeah.
Yeah,
911, really? Here too?
yeah. And then, I decided I should get her car off the middle of the road. So I went into her car and I kind of like I pushed it with my foot and I just steered it off to the shoulder, you know. And then when I was doing that, this big bus came by and he was like saying like, or they were asking me if I was okay because they thought it was my wreck, you know. And I said, no, it was that lady over there. I'm just getting off the road for her. And then they pull over and they're checking to see if the lady's okay, right? And they had known. I was already handling that, you know? Like, there was no need.
Yeah, back off.
Yeah, back off, right? You two bus drivers come, what the fuck is your game, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're like being nice or whatever. I say, no, I got it. You know, I'll wait with her till the tow truck comes or the ambulance or whatever's coming. I don't know. And then she goes, let me see the deer. I want to go see the deer, right? So as we're going to see the deer, the bus driver guys are going like, oh, poor deer, you know? And she goes, poor deer, poor my fucking car. That's what she said. Yeah. That's what she said. And then she boots the deer in his hoof, you know? Like she gave a deer a boot in
Fucking asshole.
his hoof. Yeah, she hated that deer.
This was the sole purpose of her seeing it, was to boot it.
Yeah, to boot it.
She wants to console it.
Yeah. And they're like, they were thinking they had to like soften this lady, but I had been talking to her for like 15 minutes before they showed up, and I knew how fiery this lady was. I was getting a real kick out of her, and then, but I really also wanted to get the fuck out of there. You know, like it was none of my concern really. Right. So then, when the tow truck guy came, I ran to my car and but I looked back and she was running away too, and just gave me a wave, and then I got the fuck home. That deer was fucked up. And when the bus driver left, she asked to go kick it one more time. She wanted me to come with her in case the thing popped up, you know, like Tommy Boy.
She brought it back to life.
Did you get her number?
That's the difference between me and you, Dave. If we were in that car together, we would have her number, and we'd be spending a weekend with her, going probably, you know, I don't know where we go. Maybe we go to Frankenmuth for like a nice little Christmas weekend.
Get some ornaments.
You know, Frank would go in March. Maybe go in March. It's not so busy.
There you go. Nuzzle in.
Me and Charles are like planning our retirement. We're just gonna be like kind of like eunuch dating
The unfuckables.
older women. You know, I mean, like as we age, we will date older and older women. Because right now, my favorite women are women my age, to be quite honest with you. Because women that are too young are just, yeah, I don't get them. They're like of a different era, right? So even though I'd like to do dirty things with them, it doesn't really interest me as much. But women that are a little bit, got a little bit of years under their belt.
More seasoned.
More seasoned, yeah, a little experienced.
Nice for a chat.
Oh, yeah. They got stories. They know what the
live
world's
life.
about, yeah?
That's right.
They don't get hung up on the little things because they've been through some shit. Yeah, those are my kind of girls. They're girls that are going to let their hair down and have a good time. Right? No big deal.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's who
You
you
have more
want
in common with them.
Huh?
You have more in common with them, and they're just doing what we're doing.
You're kind of sleepy today, I think.
Yeah.
Is it
I am
because
a little bit. I was up early.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seems like me like you got like a slow pace to you. You know, we listened to the first show, me and Charters, and he sucked so bad at the beginning. When
The
you,
original show?
yeah, the original one.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when you were
Like, I brought my guitar.
the Barry Mansion girls fell. They were never gonna make it, guys.
It's an omen.
Yeah, there you go. It's the church.
Yep.
They're like.
they're
I'm sorry,
unholy.
Barbies, if you're listening to this, the gods don't like you. Maybe you should go to confession or whatever religion you are.
The
Go get
church
back.
walls have not accepted you.
Cleanse your sins.
Church walls do not like you here in the Presbyterian Hungarian Church of Calvin.
It's a lot of Ians, eh? Presbyterian, Hungarian.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
we're
Ians in
Ians
this
here.
church.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
What are you? An ish? An ock?
An ick.
Are you an ish or an ock?
An ick.
A ski?
You're an ick or a ski? What? What are you?
Well, my church is an ick Catholic.
Oh.
Catholic.
Catlick.
Yeah, but it's Roman.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have that,
an
and
annex.
the two don't go together. See how it goes? Ukrainian, Presbyterian. See that? How it rings together? Do yours again. Roman Catholic.
Catholic.
Boring. Right? I'm telling Father Al right now, I'm sorry, but we got two churches here on Lansdowne and Delhi. I'm going to say Father Al Dufermont from the Roman Catholic Church.
What up, Alan?
Down the road, I'm laying out a challenge. You want your church against my church? We're moving our services this Sunday. We're going to see if we can outdraw you.
Yep.
And we're gonna go toe to toe with you and see if we can put more bums in the seats. And we're going to sell beer. Hey,
I think we're gonna win.
bread and body and blood versus beer. We win.
Not even a chance.
It's a no contest, Al. Comment. You're going down, man. Well, you might as well sell your pews too, buddy. You're not going to need them.
Send them on over.
Just call some right now.
I'm just kidding around. But I do want to have a face-to-face with Al. We got to get it. Spiky Ball's going to film it, eh? Because he's in the neighborhood. We got to meet the neighbors, eh?
We like make a poster. It's
Yeah?
a challenge, you and him face
Yeah,
to
we
face.
should challenge. Well, because we'll just be doing. It'll just be fun, right? But
Yeah.
we'll win every time.
Should have him on as a guest.
Yeah, we will. Al's a good guest.
Yeah, he'll come in.
Yeah, he'd be a great guest. He's my favorite priest, to be quite honest with you.
He's not scared.
In my whole life, he's married me, and he's the only one that'll I answer my questions.
Yeah.
Because every priest I ask a lot of questions to, and then a lot of them don't like it.
Right. He loves it.
Yeah, he likes it.
And he
But
likes
I
to
always
get
say,
wasted.
what?
He likes to party too.
Yeah, he drinks some stiff whiskeys, eh?
Good for him.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
yeah, he's a. Yeah, you ever drink whiskey with Al? You can't
Oh,
keep
yeah.
up to him, eh?
No, he likes a
The
nice.
conversations get interesting.
Oh yeah, he gets a bit salty at times.
Just a regular dude.
That's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It becomes a real I like Al's style of being a priest because he's like a regular guy,
Right.
You can talk to about stuff. Whereas at some of them, they're like they're unapproachable. You know, they think they're like sent from God Himself or whatever.
They're a level above.
And then those guys, I don't have much time for. Right?
Pete,
Like
you
you
gotta-
got those ones, fire and brimstone. You had a fire and brimstone guy one time.
We had one, yeah, before a priest now, yeah. Like
And you
he
just have
scared
to-
people out of the church.
Yeah, and you would scare me out of the church. I'm one of those, what do you call me? You have a term for us Catholics that get scared out of the church easily?
No, I don't.
They're called you don't have it? No? Because you're a staunch Catholic. What's the opposite of staunch?
I don't know. There's like the C&Es. We have those, but
Yeah.
they're not scared out of the church. They just come.
CNEs?
Yeah, Christmas and Easter.
Christmas and Easter, yeah. Yeah, I'm,
Just to see.
There's nothing that pisses my
No, I
dad
go
off
Easter.
more than a
do you?
C&E.
I go Easter morning.
Hates a C&E. You know where I've been sitting? The same pew every fucking week. Now you come C&E, I got to sit up in the choir?
Yeah.
This is horse shit. You know what he does? Goes an hour before, saves whole pew.
yeah,
Fuck you, C&E.
Yeah, I know, but
Enjoy your folding chair. You.
Yeah.
Yeah, CNEs should stand on the folding chairs. You should have a ticket.
Or outside.
If you have an envelope from your church with your name on it,
Right.
printed name, not your, like it's got a number and it's associated with you. It's like says David. Yours would say that, right?
And family.
David and Teresa and family or something like that.
Yeah, printed right on it.
Printed right on it. You don't have to write it in. You don't have to grab it like you grab it from on your way in, like one of those scrubs.
Yeah.
You get it mailed to you. You got to pick it up at the church, and
Yeah,
they're like,
it's in a box waiting
"Where you
for me."
been? Where you been? I've had it for 3 weeks." And you're like, "Oh, sorry, I went on vacation and then got hungover at New Year's." You know, that's a massive. What's that? Obligation.
It's a holy day of obligation.
Holy day
New
of
Year's Day.
obligation. New Year's Day. Did
That's
you know
bullshit.
that?
I did not know
I
that.
call bullshit on that one, Catholic Church.
That is a real horseshit one. Tell me in the Bible where it says New Year's.
Yeah, it's like punishment.
Period.
Yeah,
They never said New Year's.
come on.
When was New Year's? Jesus was born. Then was there a New Year's after he was born? No.
He's 1 week old.
Technically, he should have been born on New Year's Day if it's like BC
It was his bar mitzvah.
AD, right? What?
Is that when you get circumcised, bar mitzvah?
No. You don't get circumcised at a bar mitzvah.
When you're a man.
Beaver, do you know your Jewish faith?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I wanted him to tell Dave how stupid that
I
sounded.
know parts of it, but I
Because
don't.
what
I
did
don't
you
know the-
say?
I don't know the gist of getting circumcised.
A
bris.
bris. Yeah.
They're babies.
Yeah.
You get a bar mitzvah when you're like 12, 13 or something
13.
like that. When you become a man.
Ah, I see.
You're not really a man, you're just a teenager.
Yeah, you get one of those things called yarmulke. No, I'm just kidding. No, just kidding.
There you go.
That was it.
There you go, buddy.
I'm kidding.
I don't even know what the real word is now because
No, I'm
That's the only
confused.
one.
Which is the right one?
which one was that right? It sounded
I
right.
think you got it right that time.
yeah.
Did I get it right? What did
You
I
did
say?
get it right.
Yeah.
I believe you called it a hamaka.
Hanukkah. That's what it was.
Yarmulke?
A yarmulke. Yarmulke's right. Hanukkah's Hanukkah. It's like a Hanukkah, right?
Just combine them.
Just combine the two.
Understandably.
Yeah. It's a common
I
mistake.
thought I made the mistake again,
Dutch Hall
and I
fact.
said the right thing.
We should get into a segment we call feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback.
Motherfucking feedback.
Yeah, Steve. Motherfucking feedback.
Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This week's feedback is brought to you, as always, by our friends at Amazon. If you go to Live from the Dutch Hall's website, that's livefromthedutchhall.com, and you go and make sure your ad blockers are off, you can click on the banners and do all of your shopping, including that last-minute Christmas shopping. And if you get Amazon Prime, I don't know if you can still get the same day. I think that's over now. Is that today's the last day you get it for Christmas?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you're screwed. If
Yeah,
don't
you
have
guys are
it by
screwed.
now.
We're too late for you.
Too late,
But you
man.
know what? There's always good Boxing Day specials if you're in Canada.
Nice deals.
Might as well do it. Go on there, Amazon, and get some of those. And some of that money's going to come help us make this show better. We're totally under construction right now
Yep.
here at Spiky Ball. We just made a commitment to everybody to be here on the first day of season 1. And now that we're here, I just like it. Or no, we're season
Season
6.
six.
Holy mackerel. Which we
Seems like
started
it's
an hour ago.
episode 1, season 6.
Episode 1, season 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to hell, but it's fucking great.
Yeah. Hey, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a Pope's hat, too, we haven't addressed it the whole time. Is this just the way we're going to do the show from now on? Because I feel comfortable in it.
You stretched it out.
I stretched it out, and now it's a comfy hat. And I think I'm just going to wear it around town. Because it just seems like, it just feels like me. You know, like sometimes, Dave, you wear like a fedora, and you're like, you know what, I didn't think I was a douchebag, but maybe I am. You know? It's like this Pope hat. I'm like, I didn't think of myself as a leader of a faith, but maybe kiss my ring.
Yeah, you need an eagle ring.
Yeah, I need, what kind of ring?
An eagle ring.
An eagle ring to kiss my eagle?
Yes.
You have to kiss the eagle on his beak?
Sure.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
something.
It's pretty awesome. Maybe a falcon.
If I do this
Or a
stuff,
wolf.
like, because I don't even know if this is true, can I just make my own religion, not pay property taxes, and run it out of this church, but it's not really a religion, it's just a club where we do stupid shit?
Sounds pretty awesome.
Isn't that
And
what the
then it's-
Masons
Sounds
do?
legit.
Do we need ceremonies? Because I'll make them up.
Perfect.
No big deal. I got to write a book? I'll write a book. What do we got to do?
We'll need a hymnal.
Hymnal? Like, all these things are possible. We can do them all.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
But we're getting close to cult stuff, right? We're pretty culty by this idea. Don't you agree? It's somewhat culty.
I like club. I prefer club.
Club.
It's a club.
I like think it's a social club.
There you go. Sounds more inviting.
What are you doing back there?
I'm getting my feedback. We got feedback. Norpac.
The beef people.
Awesome. He's still awake.
There he
Norpac.
The beef people.
That's 2, buddy. And you know what? This is the holiday season. This is our very last show before Christmas. So it's a thing that we have to do. We say Merry Christmas to everybody that's out there. But listen, Christmas is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a time of enjoyment with your family, you know? But sometimes those two things aren't, they don't go together. They're like peanut butter and bird shit. You know, they just don't go together. Fun in your family. Well, you know what you need for Christmas if you want to have fun? Between 5 and 29 Van Dyke First Cousins. And all you have to do is contact Van Dyke Party Services at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com. And we're going to send you those 5 to 29 Van Dyke First Cousins, and you're going to have the time of your life. And all it's going to cost you is $100 of cold hard cash, plus all of your expenses and our expenses, which will be dear. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you're not 100% satisfied, we'll return that $100. But those expenses have run through our bodies and potentially yours. Van Dyke Party Services,
Don't live your life in regret.
brought to you by our great friends at Clean Flow.
Hey, Clean Flow.
And we just want to say we have not gotten any cheese lady feedback.
Whoa.
This is the first time in many weeks because she is going cheeseball crazy for the Christmas season at the Second Mouse. So we just wanted to give Teresa a shout out because you know what? Even though she didn't give us feedback this week, we know she's listening and she's waiting to give us a big tray for our, for our big opener when we invite the public or when we invite the shareholders. Let's go shareholders.
Can't wait.
For our big season opener, and we got a bunch of stuff to do before we get to that point. It's going to look different than it does now when we get to that point. It's probably going to be around February.
It's a soft open right now.
And you're going to start to notice big changes every week that it's going to look a little bit different than you saw it before. And we may even end up back in the old tool shed when we have to get out of the way. Or maybe we'll be at a different part of the church. Maybe you don't know what we're going to do. I just might have to work, Stephen, until me and Steve just end up making this in somewhere else, right? We could do it somewhere else.
Sure, every Thursday.
And we'll put it in a van.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. Just keep putting all this shit that we just moved today. We'll just put it in a different room every Thursday. But this one's pretty cool, the one we got today.
Yeah.
So
Hell
this-
yeah.
so it's if you want to give us feedback, there's lots of ways to do it, and lots of you did for our 5th anniversary. And I thank you all for doing it. We got some like all stars of super fans have given us the messages. Just want to get to this. I'm sorry, I got it on my phone here. Laura Collins, she says, "Hey Pete, congratulations on 5 years. Really appreciate your weekly nonsense and shit talk. I love how random and ridiculous you guys are. Don't ever change your ways. CUNT, can't wait for the season premiere. P.S. Hannah Ferguson has a nice ass, and she sends a nice picture of Hannah
that the,
Ferguson, the girl
swimsuit
from
girl?
the swimsuit girl for December from
That is a
Sports
nice
Illustrated.
ass.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of messages to get through this week, but this one, Laura Collins, you sent us softcore pornography.
That wins.
You're the listener of the week.
You're the listener of the week. This is your week.
Softcore porn wins, especially in the Christmas season.
Thank you very much.
Show the
Laura.
camera, Pete.
It's your week.
And oh yeah, I should show the camera. Yeah, good idea, Steve.
Sorry.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Hello.
Hi there. Oh yeah.
It's a good assessment, Laura.
What's that? A whale tail?
Laura
Nice.
was correct.
Yeah, she's got very like evil eyes though. I wouldn't trust her. I think she would do things to deceive me. That's what I'm thinking about her. Anyways, she also went on to say, hope to stop by the church over the holidays. Got a Christmas treat for you guys. Wink.
Wow.
I can only imagine what that is, but I'm very excited. Laura, come anytime. We're going to make sure we get the church open for you so you can give us a present.
We enjoy it.
We got... we have a lot of feedback on Instagram. This one goes, Lisa Vandenbush. She says, congratulations. Love your out-of-the-box show. What makes me laugh the most is all the things you shouldn't say but do. Too many more shows. That's from Lisa Vandenbush. We got congrats. Looking forward to the next 5 from Gary Weeb, the Otter Villain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows the Otter Villain. He's been on the show many times. He says, thank you for being the voice of people who probably shouldn't be allowed to express theirs publicly. A gentleman and a scholar, all the best for season 6. Ah, what a great guy, eh? Ben. And then J-Bomb, Julie Franklin, one of my favorite cousin. She's my favorite cousin.
Still number 1 this morning when you ranked them?
Oh, every morning when I rank them, Julie Franklin's the least of my thoughts go into
Consistent.
that. because I'm like, what could she have done to diminish my opinion of her? Nothing.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Number one.
Okay,
Fair
number
enough.
one, Mike. Are you jealous?
I'm kind of jealous, but that I understand. She deserves it.
You ever, if you ever, like, Mike, I'll tell you, I never had a bad time with you. Not once.
Okay.
I never had a bad time with you. You're super fun. Everywhere you go, I have a good time with Mike Bow. You agree?
100%.
I can't say the same for him. And he's my best friend. My best friend. But I have bad times with him all the time.
Ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
Peaks and valleys.
But you know what those ups and downs bring us is great stories. We were talking about that. Some of the times we were having in Nashville, well, Charter said it, his son.
Yeah, I played that story that my son wanted to listen to the podcast, so I played the story I told about losing Pete and all that for him. And he said to me right after, "Oh, that's the best story. I hope that when I get older, I can have fun like that with my friends." And I thought about it. I'm like none of that when it was happening was fun. Not one second of it was fun.
Yeah, it was anger.
Nothing was fun. But the story is like priceless. Like I'm so
And we're always going to tell it like smiling, like we're always going to enjoy the story, even though during going through that story,
It was not fun.
no, it wasn't fun at all. I wanted to kill him for real.
likewise.
I was crazier than the homeless people in the city because I was cursing at some Dave guy that no one could see.
Yeah, but you're adapting to your surroundings is what you're doing.
Yeah, that was my survival mechanism. I turned street savvy.
Yeah. That's just smart.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to adapt to the streets.
You got to be scarier than everyone else
Yeah,
around
out
you.
crazy, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How crazy they're crazy and hit the biggest guy in the prison. That's what it works out to, right? Hey, Charters?
For sure.
Remember, Charters used to be a bully when he was younger.
So I hear.
Did you know that?
Come on.
It's true, Dave. You were a bully, a real-life bully. He sat at the back of the bus and bullied. He had a friend that was a giant. It was a giant, right? He was like 6'8" and a big giant guy, right? So Charters hung around this giant, so his mouth got real big because his friend was real big. And then he would sit at the back of the bus and pick on me because I used to beat him up at recess in grade school. And then
Tit for tat.
and then it was grade 9, and all my friends that used to beat up Charters with me, they went to a different school. So I was on the bus with all the people I used to beat up, so it was a bad turn of events for me. So I sat at the front of the bus with my sister, and Charters and this giant would pick on me every day. And some of it was pretty funny, truth be told. Like some of the time they're hacking on me, I was like, that's a pretty good one. Like some of it was pretty funny. And then, but I was getting sick of it. So at the end, I went to the back of the bus. And remember what I did?
I think you popped me.
No, I didn't punch you. I punched the giant.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. You go after the giant. You go after the big guy. And then all of a sudden, his mouth shut up when the giant's crying, right? You didn't have to punch me in the nose.
He did cry.
Yeah, he did cry. His eyes were watering. I'm not crying. My eyes are watering. You punched me in my nose. I'm like, yeah, I punched you in your nose. What are you supposed to do? I'll gouge your eyes out, too. That's what I do.
Even
I'm
fish
fighting a giant. What are you going to do? You got to pull his hair. You got to gouge his eyes.
Give him an Indian burn.
Yeah. I watched Roddy Piper fight Andre. I know what to do.
Can you say the giant's name? Over here, Pete.
What giant's name?
The giant.
His first name, Jeff.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, his
it was
first name
Andre.
is Paul.
Oh, his first name is Paul. Paul Jeffrey Daniel. His name
That
is
should be
Paul
enough.
Jeffrey
He's one of
Daniel.
those guys, eh?
Paul
He's got
Jeffrey
three names.
Daniel Giant. Yeah. But his last name's something different. He's got 4 names.
Oh.
Maybe even a confirmation name. And my friend who's a Portuguese guy, every time I say that, it's the same guy. And his name sounded ridiculous, his middle name. So he added his confirmation name so it distract you from his ridiculous middle name. Right? Because his middle name was Souza.
Ah.
So he would always try to breeze past Souza and mix in Vincent.
Oh.
So you wouldn't notice. What's your full name? And he would go, blah, 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 Souza Vincent. And it would be like, what? And then you'd still end up going, Souza? That's the stupidest name I've heard.
That just doesn't slip by.
Yeah. My other buddy, his middle name was Taku. I was like, that's kind of boss, man. Taku? Sounds like a wrestler.
Yeah, it's like an army name.
Yeah. He fights barefoot, and he kicks you with like ninja stars between his toes.
He's got razor blades in his boots.
Yeah, Taku. No big deal. Taku. I like Taku, man. My middle name's just normal, like a human's.
Mine is, I have 3.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm very proud of them. I'm the only boy in the family. I got my dad and my 2 grandpas, Marius, Cornelius, and Peter.
So there was another kid after you, but that ended up being a girl. But your parents wouldn't have known that when they named you,
They used all the names on me.
and
I was
because
number
they were
1
saying
boy.
this may never happen again,
That's right.
and it never did.
Immaculate conception.
Yeah, you were the you were just the one that went deep enough, right? I had a customer of mine.
Whatever the trick was.
I know this is in the middle of feedback, but I had a customer of mine, and he told me when I was lending money, he's like, he goes, "How many kids do you have?" I said, "I have 2 daughters." He said, "Oh, you got to go to the right." And I go, "What?" He goes, "I had 2 daughters too, and then I went to the right. Now I have a son."
Which
And
is
I go, "What do you mean go to the right?" He goes, "You just go against the right wall. You just dig into that right wall. You just push to the right.
Her right or your
You
right?
want to make sure you're blowing it to the right. Yeah, her right or my right? I don't know.
That's a good question.
I didn't do it. I have a different strategy, though. I do believe that this is what I believe strongly. I don't know if it's Dutch Hall fact or real fact, but it's what I believe. Male sperm, fast and weak, right? Female sperm, strong and deliberate, but slow, you know? And so what happens is, if you have an acidic environment, it'll kill all those weak male sperm, you know? And if you have a basic environment, it'll allow them to
Swim fast.
swim fast. And then
pH levels.
it's a pH. It's pH. You want a girl, what you do is you rub oranges in that pussy. Maybe some lemons. You want a boy, what you want to have is like sour cream or something.
Some baking soda.
Baking soda. You want to make a paste. Now, I don't know if this is medical, like approved by anyone, but it's something I've thought about in a shed where I just sit by myself, think about these things. Also, another thing, well, we'll save it for after feedback. Next show. I got an interesting theory we'll do in weird in Dutch Hall Facts on the next show. I'm going to give you a little like cliffhanger, so you're waiting for it for next week. It has something to do with 2 types of women.
Okay.
2 types.
Spoiler alert, they're cocksuckers and fuckers. But the story will explain it all, so it doesn't sound so sexist
Nice.
or
theory.
objectifying. It kind of is. I lost friends at my job one time for that story. I'll tell you next week. Ella Steppa Jones.
Ah, Ella Stippa.
She says, "Heck yeah, congratulations. I've been listening to the early years, and I have enjoyed the evolution. But I can't say I'm a fan of those sound effects, except the Iron Sheik. Those will always make me smile." Ella, I'll tell you, go on our YouTube, and you can watch. If you go right to the end of the YouTube video from the 5th anniversary special that Charles and I did last night, you will hear the Iron Sheik. We gave you a little flashback to the old soundboard and everything. And I really liked to hear it in the Sheik's voice, eh?
Oh yeah, it was funny, man.
It was nice to hear it again. You can hear you laughing through the whole thing, eh, Mike?
Yeah,
What he
I was
starts
killing
doing.
myself.
Oh yeah, it's funny.
Did you know we were going to go? Did you know that was going to happen? That we were going to get him to do that?
Fuck no.
Oh, yeah? That was my goal for the whole
I know
thing.
it was, but I didn't. I was like, no way, we're gonna get that. We got it.
Yeah. He was the best.
Fuck
gold.
Bill Welichka.
Bill Lishka's an idiot. He treated the Sheik like a dick.
He's a dick.
Yeah, Bill Lishka can go fuck himself. Hey, Laura Bowen? She says, "Wow, this is fantastic. Congratulations on 5 years. Some of my most favorite times took place in the Dutch Hall." And Bailey Adcock says, "Congrats. Cheers to many more years of fun and hilarity." There's just so many. There's just so many people that reached out to us. I can't even get to everybody.
So nice.
So if we missed you this week, I do apologize. But one we got Kevin Van Dungeon. He has been a fan for a while. He's very interested in the church. He's very interested in being a part of what we're doing here. He's also a good Dutchman. He's also a shareholder of our show.
Wow.
And I just wanted to say, or he goes, thanks, fellas. Just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for the laughs this year. Was driving up to Toronto on Wednesday to pick up a new keyboard, and I hated the drive slightly less because I had the podcast on. I do love the calendar flip, and I think that I'll Google that broad's name to see
Sounds like you'll fit right in.
what flaws I can pick out on her. Anyways, all the best. Now to figure out how to play again. So far, all I can do is make this keyboard bark. Later, boys. That's Kevin Van Dungeon. And there was a follow-up message. She's pretty hot. When he checked out.
He Googled it.
Big fan, for this December girl. She's been a big hit with the listeners.
Good for her.
And you know what? There's one more person that we should really get to, and he's a guy that's been with us since the very first week. He gave us feedback, and he does it on iTunes. He's our good buddy, the Haitian Dwarf.
Hi ho, it's off to bed we go. It's season 6, so suck my dick. Hi ho, hi ho. 6. That's 6. Perfect.
The Haitian Dwarf. He gave us 5 stars on iTunes. 5 stars. He says he entitles this one 5 years. Congratulations, Pete and crew. Hard to believe how far you've come since that first show. One thing has remained constant, though. Charter still sucks balls.
Oh.
HD.
Oh,
You didn't even hear that one.
I did, and he can go fuck himself.
Oh.
Oh, is this a war between you and
I
Haitian
don't
Dwarf?
like it. I don't like where he's going with that.
You know he's a little person, you know? Shouldn't pick on him.
I could take him.
Well, you're not supposed. You know they have heavy trunks. They look like they'd be easy.
Low center of gravity.
Yeah, they're no picnic to lift. It's gonna mess you right up.
That's true.
Yeah, you think they're gonna be easy because they're small in stature, but they're low to the ground. Try and knock them off their feet. Good
And
luck,
they're
buddy.
agile.
Yeah, you ever see Hornswoggle in real life? You ever see him dance at Tootsie's a little two-step? I have. All right, that's it for that's it, for feedback we got. So that's all. We are. I don't know. I didn't look at when we started this show, but I think we're getting pretty close to near the end. So I just wanted to just do one last thing. I do have some dates coming up in January at Showtime. I think it's the 11th and 12th, where I'm at Showtime in St. Catharines. Just wanted to throw that out there. But more than anything else, I wanted to say season 6. We're really excited about where this is going, so stay tuned. But more than that, for the next couple of weeks, enjoy your time with your family. Ever you guys all excited to have some Christmas, or are you thinking this is a terrible thing and you have to get through it?
It's terrible.
What are you thinking?
No, I'm excited. I love Christmas.
You love every part of it?
Yep.
What is it that you love about it, Dave?
I love seeing the joy on my kids' faces around Christmas. They're not in school, which makes them all happy, and then they love getting presents.
Yep.
So that's fun. But then we get to spend time with them, which we don't get to spend as much when we're working and stuff. So it's nice to have time off with the family.
You like your family, all of them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. I was just saying you have so many, I figure you picked one you didn't like.
No, they're all good. I can't wait.
Yeah, with my parents, it was Paul they didn't like.
Yep.
Hey, I like Christmas too. What about you, Wes? You know where we're going for the stag yet? You have to tell us.
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, we have to have research. What do we think? What do you think?
Oh, it's Wes's call.
Can I tell
Everybody
the-
said to me, it's your choice, Mike. It's your choice.
Oh, you
I'm
made a
open
good
for
choice.
suggestions.
Oh, where did we not go that we were thinking of going? We thought about going to Arizona.
Oh, I don't know. Scott, I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's a dry heat.
Braden says yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I would never think Arizona was cool.
Apparently, it's. Some
I always
shit
just
to do.
think of golf courses.
Another
you know?
one was what's the?
They got
it's kinda
Top
like
Golf.
a rock place down in Texas.
Austin.
Austin. Also awesome. There you go, Wes. There's two.
All right.
Austin sounds good.
Awesome, Austin.
Austin's got good food trucks and good music scene, and they're they got both those
Huge
things,
music scene. That's why.
which
I
is
was
pretty
thinking
cool.
about
Both of those things are cool because even those food trucks are like a real party, right?
Yeah.
When you go out, because they have like them all around, and there's like the picnic tables and shit, and everyone's just drunk after the bar. Those are still the party goes on at the food
Yeah.
trucks.
Yes, it does.
And then you just pound.
I believe ours was called Disco Dogs.
Oh, I lost
Forgot all
myself.
about that.
Oh yeah, Disco Dogs, good times.
Disco Dogs. I lost my cell phone there, Dave.
Oh, is that where it was?
That's where it was. Yeah, fell in my pocket when I was scarfing down a hot dog. I wasn't supposed to eat any of that.
It was good though, eh? All those nitrates and
Oh, it was
Gluten.
terrible. Shit like a horse, man. It
was
was
the only-
really
It was
bad.
the only thing we ate all freaking weekend.
Yeah, that was the closest thing I came to a vegetable was that hot dog. I think that's what they call vegetables in the States. It's like hot dogs, eh? It's terrible. I even ordered a salad. They just gave me mayonnaise.
Perfect. They knew you were Dutch.
Yeah, it was delicious. Nice mayonnaise.
Just straight.
Just mayonnaise. On a little there was a little leaf of lettuce, but it was mostly just like chicken salad filling, you know?
Right.
You just gotta eat it. It's a big wad of, you know, you ever see them take chicken salad and they put it in an ice cream scooper and they just like scoop it on the bread?
Yeah.
Yeah? It was just like that scooped into a pineapple and you gotta eat it out of the pineapple. Chicken salad out of a pineapple.
Why the pineapple?
I don't know. It was on the menu. I ordered it and then I ate it. It was weird. It's some old Italian food restaurant. I thought they'd have a salad there. This one said it had 2 salads on the plate. So I ordered one. One was a normal salad, but the other one was this pineapple bullshit, you know? I still ate it. By myself. I walked from my apartment to that place just to get away from you, right? So I can eat by myself. It was nice.
we needed a break. We were on a break.
It was really nice. You ever do that where you just want to get away and just be alone?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You like it too?
Yeah, I do actually. I have no problem being alone. Some people can't do it, eh?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it for too long. 'cause
No,
you
it's
go
just
mad.
nice for a little bit, like a night.
Yeah, just leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. Then I don't.
Regroup.
Yeah, I think that the just to regroup, recharge, sort out your thoughts. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Collect yourself.
Yeah. Is it weird that when someone touches you, you go like this? Ugh. Like if a stranger comes up behind you and like just like says, "Hey, Dave," and you go like, "Ugh." Is that weird?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. Okay, and the last thing before we go, and I want to say again, Merry Christmas to everybody. But if you look at my shot, Paul, go on my shot. Number 1. If anyone's watching this online at this point, number one, you're crazy. Number 2,
But thank you.
I love this shot. It's my favorite shot in the history of Life in the Dutch Hall because if you look at this shot, this is me and Dave in 2007 at Lollapalooza in Chicago. We're on the Rack on Tours video. This is the exact shot. Is a full shot of my face and that shot of Charters. And
I think that's me.
yeah. And he still got just as excited as I got when I saw myself on the concert video. And it was just like a Monsters Inc. where he's Mike Wazowski.
Yeah.
He goes, I
Where the
can't-
barcode's covering his face up on the magazine.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
can't believe I'm on a magazine. That was Charters. Anyways, that was my last thing. Guys, everyone, hope you have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you enjoy yourself with your time off with friends and family. And we'll be back next Thursday. Can't say I know where we're going to be, but hopefully here so we can give Steve a break during the holiday season. And again, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for sharing. Give us some feedback. Live from the Dutch Hall, gmail.com, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Smoke Signal, whatever you want to do. Come to the church in Delhi and just tell us how you feel. All right? But until then, we will see you NT. See you next Thursday. Hit it, fellas.
Hey.